Good afternoon, dear friends. Ukraine Crisis Media Center continues working day, and the next press briefing will be UCMC project Spokespersons of Peaceful Life, which is supported by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Germany. Today's topic is dedicated to culture, and we have via Skype connection Luhansk Ukrainian Academic Music and Drama Theatre. The tour around Western Ukraine of this theatre is titled East and West to Change the Country Together. And we invited director of Luhansk Music and Drama Theatre, Sergiy Dorofeev, and also art director, and Veronika Zolotoverkha, also art director and actress of the theater. All of them are on Skype connection. And Music and Drama Theater, in its tour around Western Ukraine, they staged two plays in Lviv Drama Theater stage. What was the start of the project, whose idea it was to start such a tour? You are welcome. Good afternoon. Do you hear us? Yes, we hear you, and please we have heard your introductory word, and thank you for invitation. From October 18 till October 26, we visited Ivano-Frankivsk, Dragobych, Uzhgorod, Lviv, and our tour ended in Kiev. The tour was under the slogan East and West to change the country together. We showed two plays in the western cities, Maklen Grass, staged by Vladimir Moskovchenko, and for 2 years by Evgen Merzlyakov, art director, and by 7th it was the last play which we staged. It's a documentary about life of IDPs from Crimea, Lugansk, and their life, current life, far from their homes and the territory controlled by government in free Ukraine. Our tour was initiated by regional civil military administration head of Lugansk region, Yuri Garbuz. The initiative was also supported by the heads of Ivano-Frankivsk, Lvivsk, and Zakarpattia regions. They also assisted us in staging these performances in Western Ukraine, and we are very glad that this tour once again demonstrated that the West and the East, they are just conditional terms which someone invented because they are not true. We are the same Ukrainians in the East and in the West, and we understood each other very well and contacted very well, and it was really a good time. You can see our photos now on the screen. These are the photos from this tour. There also should be the photos, the pictures, both of actors and our audience. Our audience was bonded to up to 500 seats, and the theaters were full of people. Even some people watched our plays, watched our performances without seats. They just stood. Our theater moved from occupied Luhansk. Now we are located in several Luhansk, and you know it is very important for us to work because actors need the scene, the audience, their viewers. Now we feel again that we are needed. Thank you very much to Mr. Dorofeev. We are very thankful to you. We are very thankful, and I would like to thank you because I am from Drogobych and you visited Drogobych, and citizens of Drogobych always liked drama, and I hope that you will visit again Ivano-Frankivsk and Lviv region. As far as I understand, you have not visited Ivano-Frankivsk. No, we visited Ivano-Frankivsk on October 19th and 20th. And also we were in Drogobych. On 25th we were in Uzhhorod, and then on 26th we were in Kiev. All our plans were realized. We visited all towns and cities which we planned to visit, and we gave the performances. I would like to give the floor to Evgen. What was special for you in this tour as an art director and as an actor? Good afternoon. I was most impressed by Lviv viewers because I perceived the theater goers in Lviv as very sophisticated, the theatrical mecca of Ukraine. Many theaters Many theaters operate in Lviv, and I know what a top level of culture is in this city. The theater goers are very demanding there, but I think the performance was a success. Maybe not 100%, but anyway it was 100%. Well, I see you are satisfied with this successful performance to so sophisticated audience, so demanding audience. And what about Lviv drama theaters? How's your cooperation going? It seems to me that for some actors, they were surprised. The Lviv actors were surprised both by my performance and by Macklin Grass play. They found some new aspects for them. Maybe not everything we've managed to demonstrate the way we planned to, because when you appear at a new stage, it is not what we got used to, but anyway it was a success. Now, Miss Veronica, could you please tell us whether you are satisfied? Have you managed to demonstrate your plays? Well, it was important. It was a little bit hard because this stage was new for me. We were accepted by Lviv citizens with open heart, so we were very much impressed with this. Unfortunately, I got sick and I worked in a not very good state of health, but in general it was wonderful experience. Yes, I would like to add that Veronica was playing the main part in McLean Grass. She played McLean, so telling that it was a little bit hard for her. She's talking about Lviv. Lviv is quite difficult, was quite difficult, because this performance in Lviv, it is just about atmosphere of Lviv city, and it is based on some Lviv humor, which could be understood only by Lviv citizens. That is why we were surprised why they respond, why this audience respond like this. We understand everything. It seems that if it is the author from Lviv and the art director from Lviv who staged this performance, this play, of course this play very well perceived and understood in Lviv, maybe not as deep those accents which are built on Lviv, they get quite good response. Have you managed to join your creative work and your tour with the slogan East and West to change the country together? Have you managed to change something in the world outlook? Not of all Western Ukraine, but maybe of you yourself. What have you found in this tour? The topic was of this tour, East and West to change the country together. You went to change something. Have you changed your perception, or have you changed Ukrainian citizens in the Western Ukraine? Maybe they managed to change something in their world outlook. Well, in principle, as concerns me, I visited Lviv many times, but I visited for the first time all other cities, so I was a little bit in some we were seeing there for the first time. We have maybe some other colors. Lviv citizens, Lviv residents should be asked whether we have changed them or their perception of us. I think that we have managed. I've told already that there we went there under the slogan East and West to change the country together, but when we were already there, in every city, we talked that East and West are one country, integral country, are the West or East, or all of us are Ukrainians, despite of the place of the town or place in the country where we live. The most important thing was the opportunity to talk, to have contacts with Lviv residents, Dorofeev residents, Frankivsk residents. The process of communication is very important because we felt their attitudes to us. It was very positive attitudes, and the residents of those cities, they felt our attitudes, very positive attitudes to them. We told them about us, about our theater in Frankivsk. We sang the anthem together with the audience when Frankivsk team in 2015 they came to us, they visited us, so it was such a tradition to sing a Ukrainian anthem. It was a kind of very cool feeling that this is united country, one country, people of one nation. Thank you very much, Mr. Dorofeev. Let's return to the repertoire. In Lviv, you staged the McLean Grass tragedy farce, and for 2 years, traditional choice of play. Why these 2 plays were staged? Were there other options? What do you plan for the next time? And the next question, do you have in your repertoire some plays by Ivana Franko's plays such as The Stolen Heart? Do you plan to bring culture of Western Ukraine to Luhansk region? Yes, everything you've told about we have on our plans, and we have this place already prepared for the first run. Why we have chosen just this place? First, we have already told about McLean because there is such color of Lviv for 2 years. This is just the winning standard choice of any theater. Stated by Evgen, it is quite unstandard choice. So we were interested how other cities will perceive it, how will they react. In Kiev in March we already staged this place. We have a special attitude ourselves to this place, and we wanted the spectators in other cities to see them. And on our plans we have the place of modern Ukrainian writers, Kulishales, and the works of Taras Shevchenko. Now we work on the play under Nelia Nezhdana, I Will Betray You. And we also work on the plays according to the works of Ivan Franko. So you've just guessed right that we will stage plays by the works of Ivan Franko. We are already proud with our performances which found resonance in the hearts in the west of Ukraine, and in Kiev, Mykolaiv, Kherson, Dnipro, and we plan to visit these cities again. Maybe about our repertoire, our art director may tell you more. They can tell you more in detail. Miss Veronica, you are very short talking, you very brief talking about your plans. Maybe you will give more details to us. Now we start working on the play Still I Will Betray You after Nelia Nezhdana. It is about Lesya Ukrainka's fate, about your 3 loves. This approach is rather unstandard, how we are going to stage it, and also there will be the tale about Saint Nicholas, and this play we already staged last year. It was in demand. After the new year, people even phoned and asked us when we will demonstrate it again, when we will run it again. That is why, upon request of our spectators, we decided to repeat this play. And now I would like to ask you what was the most impressive for you in this tour. Maybe Lviv coffee or chocolate. Anyway, I know that you have brought the box of letters to friends from the East. This was the action by our regional administration, Lugansk Lviv administration, to establish contacts between school children of Lugansk region with their counterparts in the west of Ukraine. Our children from different districts of Lugansk region, they wrote letters to friends to Ivano-Frankivsk, Zakarpattia and Lviv regions, and starting our performance in every city, we transferred the letters to the management of this region. We already know that in Lviv region the letters have been transferred to the teachers. We met the Minister of Culture, and after this visit, these letters were transferred to the teachers. First, school children will receive these letters, maybe this century quite differ from previous century, but this is a kind of romantic scene. First they will read letters, and maybe after that they will have communication in social media or telephone. So if at least 100 school children will become friends after this action, this would be already very good result. Yes, you're right, this action is very impressive. The paper letter, this demonstrate the essence of contacts between people. I think that this was very successful action. So what was the most impressive event in your tour? Maybe hospitality, and when in Dragobich, spectators, they didn't want to let us leave. When we already said goodbye, we were stopped when we were leaving the town. Our new friend, they didn't let us go. They wanted to talk more. So we really united. We have managed to reach our goal. These communications, they really have been established. This is a success, but what is bad is the cause why we started this project. These circumstances of war, they are not normal. But we saw that many people, they have question whether we should struggle for our eastern lands. Thank you very much. I have yet another question. Do you plan to meet to host theater troops from the west in the eastern Luhansk region. Of course, we talked with the management of every theater where we worked on this tour. Drogobich, their team have already visited us. Ivano-Frankivsk theater also visited Severodonetsk. So we have had already contacts with these two cities, but of course we discussed the exchange tours, and maybe we will exchange art directors so that they stage plays with our troupe and they stage plays, our director stage plays with their troops. We also hope that soon, in March, we will have our stage, our house modernized, because it is now being overhauled. Then we will invite our friends from other theaters, including Western theaters. Are there any questions among the audience? We have no questions, so thank you very much, our friends, for your wonderful briefing by Skype connection, and we hope to see you again and again on our air. And I would like to wish you success and hope to see many your performances in future, and we hope that your creativity, your art will have the consequences which your slogan just tell us about, that East and West are together and we will change the country together. So goodbye. And today's UCMC project spokesperson of Peaceful Life ends with this briefing, and we will see